Hey guys, welcome back. This is day number 4 in December of 2019, and here's our next haul video. Joining me today is this wonderful Chinese lady made of what I believe to be either jade or jadeite. It is cold to the touch, which is representative of basically what is the composition that you would want in basically being able to define what is jade. I can see some filaments, maybe not as fine as like of what would be the type of filaments in a really dense piece, but this is actually pretty translucent, so it's very nice in my opinion. But either way, looks to be basically as close to hand carved as you can get with a piece of jade and or jadeite, because it is a rather hard stone. Generally what is needed is basically diamond tipped tools to be able to work with the material. So she'll be joining us for today, and she'll be right there watching along. So today we went down and this is what we found. We found one Kettle One fanny pack. There aren't any of these on eBay as far as I know. I don't know what they would go for, but it's clean, it's empty, the hardware all works, it is adjustable, it's good to go. We found a Givenchy, as Jessica calls it, as how she pronounces it. And this tie is rather wide. It looks like 3 to 4 inches, and it has all types of basically flowers. They're not orchids, but it does look like more or less of a particular family. The material is silk imported fabric. Monsieur Givenchy is the brand, or of what this label is. It's got one small snag, one very small snag, but that could be dealt with. It's pretty clean. It's basically good to go. Givenchy tie. Who's that? We've got here a Fortunate Son by Sol Angeles, large. Okay. The Thriller, 4/10/1960. I'm not sure what that is. Jessica could basically elaborate. If you guys go to her Instagram, I'm sure she would tell you. She goes by Violentlysleepy. That's her Instagram name. Look her up. She's awesome, she's quirky, she's wonderful, she's my fiancée and I love her very much. She could tell you more about that. I don't know as much. I'm just but a wee nerd. This shirt right here, Natalia La Fortun... I don't know how to pronounce her name. Fornade. Natalia La Fornade. Yeah. So she's basically up and coming. If you guys haven't had a chance to listen to her, she is awesome. She sings in Spanish, and the music is great. She's pretty awesome. She has presented with another band called... Oh, hold on. 1 second, guys. Alright. Now, let's get to it real quick because my battery's about to die. So, alright, we had this very vintage shirt right here. It's a single stitch. It is by Miller. It's made in the USA. It is a large. It's got this awesome graphic on the back. We've got a Stussy sweater. With this graphic. It's got Stussy like in particular spots. It's basically authentic The tags look fine. The tags in here look... Sorry for the delay. There was technical difficulties as the battery ran out, so there might be a hard stop there. But the show must go on. Anyway, so last off, I think I was talking about this shirt. I think I finished talking about it. But yeah, she's cool. You guys should check her out. She's awesome. Done with that one. Done with that one. Alright. I think I talked about this Stussy, or I was talking about this Stussy sweater. This is a big boy. This is an extra large. Even for me, it's like, it's pretty big. It's comfy. It's got Stussy written, very small lettering and stuff, in some key places, to like kind of show off its authenticity. For the most part, it's clean. It's pretty much ready to go, except for a couple spots. I'm gonna give it another like pre-treat, etc. But yeah, again, getting back to quality and stuff, unless it's ready, it doesn't sell, unless I don't think it's make or break for like the customer, etc. In which case, again, I will note it and make sure that it's, you know, it's good to go, and that the buyer that buys it is very comfortable with knowing what's exactly wrong with the item that I'm selling, as to also why it's either discounted, etc. Yeah. Alright, so these are Joe's jeans. This is an interesting pickup for us today. These are the collector's edition, the ex-lover boyfriend ankle jeans. Okay, these are the collector's edition. I think what's different about these in particular is the green in here. Just wants to wear them. It's not very uncommon for people to basically take some stuff out for a test run before selling it themselves. And for a lot of people, like for Poshmark, etc., people take the assumption that basically the things that people are selling are they're like either the original owner or the current owner of the thing that they're selling, that they've worn it, that they've kind of taken care of it. So yeah, she wants to give these a try, and yeah, I don't see why not. Ooh, update on that Elmo. It's sold through StockX. It's gonna go get basically authenticated, and then the money's gonna get released to me. I sold it for basically $49. I'm probably gonna put up another one for sale for a similar amount. I will let you guys know how it goes when it's been authenticated, but it's got all of its tags. It's completely new, and yeah. Alright, this one is pretty cool. Believe it or not, Harley Davidson tends to go for a good amount, especially if they're from like farther off places, and or if the shirt itself is vintage. This shirt is not super vintage. If anything, it's maybe this retro, like this retro, because this particular design right here is from 2017. Now, this design, on the other hand, from Myrtle Beach, from South Carolina, this one comes from 2010. So the design is retro, it's not vintage. This is an authentic Harley Davidson shirt. It's got basically one of the tellings, which is this little silver shiny bit. That's right there. But yeah, this is a small, made in the USA. It's a hard thing to find that nowadays. Fabric and garments that are basically made in the US. But this is one of them, and this one is basically ready to go. We'll be taking pictures of it, and it should be uploaded and listed, and yeah, ready to sell. ready for you guys to buy. This is another one that we got. Santa Cruz skateboards, and I think they also do surfboards, etc. But yeah, this is a Santa Cruz shirt, and it is tie-dye. It's basically black and white. If for whatever reason the colors and stuff don't show up correctly, this is basically black and white. Bleached tie-dye. This is 100% cotton. It is a small. Yeah, this one's ready to go. Then we've got this one's pretty cool, actually. I think it's pretty cool. This is an Indian FTR 1200. So I think Indian motorcycle one. FTR stands for flat terrain racing, and this is of the, I'm assuming, 1200cc variety, which amounts to 1.2 liter displacement. Yeah, it's clean, it's ready to go. It doesn't really have any faults with it, except for one rogue mark. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. I don't know if this light is, but it's gonna be in the pictures. It's basically got one rogue pen mark, but it's already gray. It's a dark gray, and it's still a pretty sweet shirt. So yeah, I think it'll sell. I don't think it should be like that major of an issue. But yeah, this one's ready to go, basically. But yeah, like I said, if there is an issue with it whatsoever, like, I'm making sure to note it. Alright, now we've got a Coachella tank. Okay, this tank is from 2015, so it's already a few years old. This was some of the headliners are AC/DC, Interpol, Steely Dan, Alabama Snakes, Jack White, The Weeknd, Axwell, Ingrosso, Alt J, Bell and Sebastian, Rat-a-tat-tat, Drake, Florence and the Machine, Cascade, Ryan Adams, David Guetta. So these are some of the people that headlined this one. This is a women's medium. Pretty sure it's a women's medium, and it sports basically palm trees and the astronaut head graphic. So this one is ready to go also. Will be listed shortly. Pretty sure I've taken pictures of these. Pictures are done, just need to do the listings. This one is pretty cool. This one is true vintage. This one is heavy. This one is a super chunky sweater. This is the kind of sweater you want for this kind of environment where it starts to get chilly, starts to get cold. It's nice and heavy. It's big. Alright, this is a vintage Rose Bowl, basically, sweater. This is for Northwestern Wildcats, okay, and this is when they played at the Rose Bowl, January 1st of 1996. This is yeah, for NU Wildcats, and it's by the brand Galt Sand. Take a look at that, guys. That's a giant vintage tag. It is 70. It's a cotton blend, made in China. It's machine washable. You guys should know that when you go to wash your clothes, you should wash them in cold water. And given its age, you should do basically a light tumble. Apart from that, it's got a couple issues. Okay, it being vintage, it does have a little bit of distressing. One being on the front front part, there's a little bit of paint. Okay, there's a little bit of paint on it, and on the other side, there is a very small bleach mark. Now, I was contemplating whether or not to go full bleach, and below the logo and stuff, there's a little, just like a slight spray, like a misting of bleach. So I was contemplating whether or not to just kind of do like a splatter bleach effect on the whole thing, or just basically leave it as is and let somebody do with it what they may. But it's an awesome sweater still, apart from basically those spots, which kind of give it more texture, more character, in my opinion. I'm going to be noting it as such. All the pictures will be reflecting that. And yeah, that one's basically ready to go. A lot of vintage people like what's called distressed and or nearly destroyed pieces, because it shows off a lot of basically flavor, richness to the history of the piece. But yeah. Okay, next up is this. Okay, I'm sure you guys all know the tag. This is Tory Burch. Okay, these are some shorts. Okay, they've got buttons. Got these nice, basically, I don't know if they're actually gold plated or not, but they're very well done, gold chrome, and it's got its official YKK hardware, but also these buttons are not just what they seem, flat logoless buttons. They have every single one of them. If you look along the top of it, each button has the logo for Tory Burch along the top of the button. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've taken pictures of it, and along every top of each button there is that Tory Burch logo. Now the lining here is pretty exquisite. It's got inlay, what looks like basically silk. You've got your still your inside button, a Tory Burch button, Tory Burch logo button. All tags are accounted for; they're not missing. But yeah, this one's ready to go. It looks like linen, but this is a cotton blend, and it's got just ever so slightly a little bit of give because of its 2% spandex. So that's that. And last one. Was this for comps and stuff? I'm sorry that I'm not saying exactly what each one will go for, but without having it directly in front of me, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. But for the next one, for the next video, I'll definitely have the comps in front of me so I can talk about them as well. This is a Torrid size 2. It is basically an eyelet crocheted sweater. It's got sleeves, everything is crocheted basically all the way through. It's got ribbed cuffs. It's got ribbed basically lengthwise collar. There doesn't seem to be any imperfections. This is of the current season, the sweater. It's really nice. All the buttons basically have a little bit of texture to them and stuff like that. It's neat. I like it. I'm sure somebody else will. If this was the kind of thing that like I like for myself, I would definitely wear it. If I was a lady, I'm sure I would love it. But it's not really like what I like to wear personally. But yeah, it's got all of its tags. It doesn't seem to have any blemishes, no stains, no major snags of any sort. The knit looks complete. It's nice and soft. But yeah, this one's good to go as well. And that basically completes our haul of the day. So, if you guys saw anything that you guys liked, feel free to DM me, shoot me an offer. If you guys see any of this stuff over on Poshmark, make sure you DM my partner in crime, Jess. And as we go by, you guys will see the Posh name. Yeah, that's basically everything. And take care. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Be forgiving to your family as much as possible. You've only got one, which is not to say that you should be dealing or putting up with BS either. Give yourself your space. And when I say be safe, I also mean be safe psychologically. Treat yourself well. But till next time, take care, guys, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.